Resilient Queen, you are beautiful, you are strong, you are resilient, you are capable. You are not the scars, the hurt, or the pain. You are so much more, and you are more than enough. You have everything you need to level up, faith up, and bounce back into the ring of life. Come here, girl. Let me fix your crown. There you go. Looks good. Resilient Queen, let's go. Welcome back to the Diary of a Resilient Queen podcast. Happy New Year. We're now in 2022. It seems that we're almost in February. And you know what, Queen? I am just in shock because it seems that 2021 zoomed by and now we're in 2022 and it's zooming by again. Okay, so that only means that we have to embrace every moment and make the best of it. So I am ready for 2022. So I am back. If you didn't know, now you know. I was pregnant in 2021, and pregnancy, I'm telling you, it tried to take your girl out. But I am back and I am excited about everything that is to come this year. I'm excited about just the things that God has been downloading on my spirit about the Diary of a Resilient Queen. And I'm here to serve. I'm here to serve the community that we have. I'm here to serve just the platform and everything and making sure that I'm staying committed to, just putting what God wants me to know out to the world. And it is another year to do so. And I'm excited. I honestly am excited. I have been in this new transition of motherhood, and it is, different. That's what I would say. Like at times, I do feel like motherhood is hard, and I do feel like it's a calling for a specific reason because motherhood is definitely a transition. You will be in a transition season, especially with myself being a first time mom. I'm definitely in a transition season and I am learning to, slow down. I'm learning to, pay attention to this little human that is looking to me for any and everything. And I just love her. I really do. She is my everything. God really blessed me when he gave me Sunny. So, your girl is a new mom. But I am so excited. This year for the Diary of a Resilient Queen, I really want to focus on all of us getting to a better place. I want to focus on every single woman, every single lady. I am looking to, start a little girls ministry now that I have my daughter. For every just individual who is in this community, who gets inspired by this community, who is touched by this community, to level up in loving ourselves and getting in tune with knowing ourselves, our purpose, just our internal work. I know that's where we started back in 2021. If you haven't listened to the internal work podcast episode, go back, listen to it, let it give you life, honey, because it took me out when I actually listened to it, and I actually listened to it again over the holiday season, just to, refresh myself where we left off at. But just really working on ourselves and getting to a place where we can operate authentically and being who we're called to be, and making sure that we're not, experiencing our trauma or getting back to a place where we're operating only out of trauma and the things that we know that our body may have got used to, or our mind has gotten used to, or our spirit has gotten used to, really get into a place of healing. So that's something that I really am trying to work on with the Diary of a Resilient Queen platform and community this year. So that leads us into our episode today, which is just basically about my word for 2022 and how I will be operating with the Diary of a Resilient Queen platform and community, and just really challenging you with just the word that God gave me for 2022 and seeing how we all can, walk in this word. Okay. So, just like I mentioned, I have definitely been struggling. Your girl has been struggling because I am used to being this, just this person who has lists, who has schedules, who has everything mapped out and planned out, maybe 5 years in advance, sometimes maybe 10. Okay. And I don't make space or give space for the unexpected or anything to happen. Like I need everything to happen, A, B, C, D, so that I can do E, F, G. So, which is, if you look at it, it's like, okay, you need to give some type of space because life happens. But I've always been that type of person. And being pregnant and having a child has really changed that for me. Having, someone who, is looking to you for everything. And newborn schedules are not, okay, not a real schedule. Like I look at myself because I was trying so hard to adjust to my daughter's schedule. I was like, oh, okay, well, she's about to be 3 months. So let me go ahead and try to figure out her schedule. And let me tell y'all, 2 days of the same schedule, my daughter changed the next day. And I was like, oh, wow, okay. So we're here. Okay, let's go ahead and shift again. So, in my quiet time, I have really been talking to God and about just this new season, this transition season. And though I knew some changes were coming when I was pregnant, because God revealed that to me, that having my daughter would shift a lot for me. But I was not ready. But now, as I'm sitting and having conversations with my mentor and sitting in my prayer closet and sometimes just quietly reflecting mentally, I have came to my 2022 word, and I know it was confirmed. Um, and even I'm sitting here and I'm like, oh my God, this is my word. And it's a scary word, but I'm walking boldly in the word because I know that God is going to release a lot with this word. And I know that God is going to provide and give me a lot of insight throughout the year with this word. So, my 2022 word is ease. I know, ease. Go into everything with ease. And I know, especially my women who like to have it together, who always like to have lists and, have a tight schedule, tight routines. I understand that the word ease is like, ooh, ease. Okay, so that means things are slower. That means things don't come as fast. That means that I may not have it all written out, worked out, and planned to the T. But in spending time with God, God really revealed to me that I need to give Him space for the unexpected. That I can't plan out everything that God is going to do. I cannot plan out everything because God is going to come in and do some things that many of the ladies that are a part of this community need. And God is going to do some things for my family and what my family needs. And God's going to need me to take a seat back in a lot of situations so that God can do what God does best. Okay. So it's been a transition for me, but walking into ease as I've been doing it way before this year started. Back in maybe November and December, I started really, mentally slowing down, because although I slowed down and I was forced to slow down in pregnancy, I really didn't slow down until my daughter got here. I didn't really mentally, okay, I need to slow down and enjoy this and embrace this moment. So now I'm noticing just the different changes, just how my body feels, how my mind feels, how I'm clearing out things. I'm starting to get in the mode of wanting to, calm my space, wanting to declutter my space, wanting to take the time out to journal and meditate and worship. I'm noticing a different spirit, just from me. So that's my word. 2022, we're going into it with ease. No more hustling, no more grinding, no more, you know, never ending to-do lists. We're really walking it with a spirit of ease, allowing and giving space for God to do what God is going to do. Like, imagine, and this is okay, this is what I'm feeling. Thank you, Holy Spirit, that if we don't ever give God the space in our lives, in our ministries, in our friendships, in our different relationships, in just any positions that we serve, if we don't give God that space, then we're just going off of what we know. We're going off of the simple fact of what we have learned up until this point. And let me tell you, motherhood has really taught me. I mean, the few months I've been in it, it has really taught me that I don't know it all. And that's okay. And it's okay for me to give God the driver's seat and say, God, I'm not aware of these different things. And I don't know it all. And I don't know what to do in this moment. And I need you to take up space in my life so that I'm not always operating in everything, because how am I going to go out here and help people and I'm going off of what I know, when I know that God knows all and God is all, and God knows that person that I'm helping, or me being a mother, God knows what my daughter needs, and God knows me, with me being a wife, God knows the areas where I need to improve and develop. I need to seek God. I need to be able to rely on God, because God knows. God knows what that person needs that I may help. God knows, the beginning to the end. Like, God knows these things. So why am I stressing, trying to hustle and grind my way to do something that I was called to by God? I was called to motherhood. I was called to wifehood. I was called I was called to run a women's empowerment ministry. I was called to just these different places. I was called to pray at times. I was called to this job. Like, I literally understand that every place in my life, God has called me to. So who am I to think that God is just going to allow me, little old me, to do all this without his help, without his guidance? Because I understand that it is, the different roles I am in, they're very important. They're priority. God called me to it. So going into it with ease, it just gives me new insight that I need to really just really go with the flow and let God do his thing. I mean, really relax and understand that what is mine. And I feel that most of the time when we go after things and we're hustling and grinding, it's because something in us makes us think that we're going to fail. Something in us makes us think that we won't ever make it there. So if I don't hustle and I don't grind and I'm not, pulling long days and long nights and not getting rest and not taking care of myself, that, oh, I'm going to get to this thing and I need it. Yeah, I agree that there are seasons where God is going to motivate you to push and to push hard. And I do believe that there are seasons called for that. But I believe that a lot of us operate out of a spirit of grind and hustle and not ease, because a part of us feels like, we don't have the faith to back up our ease. Okay? Yep, that's it. We don't have the faith to back up our ease. We don't. And it's like, how long are we going to play God? Like God doesn't have our backs, even when we didn't believe, even when we didn't have the love for ourselves, even when we didn't understand the next step to move. We got to really get in a place of not playing God. We got to get in a place of understanding that, everything is going to work out for our good. Okay? Because if God called us to it, God's going to do it. We have to get to a point in our lives where we're 10 toes down for God, because we understand that God, okay, if you sent me to it, you're going to have to come through, God. If you done it for me, you're going to have to do it, because I don't know it. You called me to it. Okay? It's no longer are we going to run? No longer are we going to be in a spirit of fear. No longer are we going to be in a spirit of thinking that we're not worthy of what God called us to. It's time to really get in the spirit of ease. Like, okay, let me just ease my way into these blessings. Let me just ease my way into increasing my faith. Let me just ease my way into this, because I know that if I'm easing, I'm sitting at the feet of God. I know that if I'm easing and I'm not trying to grind, I'm not trying to be like everybody else on social media. I'm not trying to be like everybody else who, because they got the million dollars and the million followers. No, I'm going to ease into this because I know who my Lord is. And I'm not going to allow my mindset to be so chaotic and all over the place because I'm trying to hustle and grind. No, I'm going to ease into this thing, because let me tell you, God is going to give you the strategy. God is going to give you the order. God is going to give you the plan. But at this time, you have to ease. And I feel that so many of us are trying to do it all without the guidance. We're trying to be it all. But what if you just ease into it and allow God to give you the provision to do it? The provision. Okay? Because when you hustling and grinding, you're quick on trying to find a way, quick on trying to find a next solution, quick on trying to see what's next, what's going to come next. God, okay, I need this, I need that, I need this to happen by 25, I need this to happen by 30, because when I get 30, life is over. I don't know why we even have that type of mentality. But no, okay, no. So go with a spirit of ease. Go with the spirit of ease. A spirit of ease. And know that whatever is for you, it is yours. It is already yours. And if you even are in a tough season where you're looking at something at this moment and you're like, God, this is the third year that I haven't seen this, and years and years keep passing me by. And God, I still want I still have that promise, that thing that you said that will come through, God, that very thing that you said will come through. I haven't seen it come through. You have to know that God is preparing you. God is preparing you for the promise. And you're going to get it. And at that moment when you get it, and you get it and God's promises fulfilled to you, you're going to know that the journey was worth it. You're going to be so prepared. You're going to be strengthened. You're going to be wise to receive that promise. Because I feel it. Somebody is getting discouraged. Somebody is not understanding why they still have not received the promise and why they still haven't received the blessing. They keep doing good, you keep being good, and you're like, God, I just don't understand, why not me? I want you to hold on, to even that little mustard seed of faith, and know that God is going to do what God said he is going to do. And do not wither in your faith. I need you to stand 10 toes down, okay, for God. I need you to understand that even if it's just your little bit of faith that gets you through, that you are going to see that promise, because God's going to see it through. God's going to give you all of the strategy. God's going to prepare you so good that when you have that thing that you have been hoping and praying for, that it's going to come with ease. You're not going to have to do all these million and one things, or you're not going to have to be anybody else to receive this promise. That God is already going to make you who you were designed to be to receive the promise. Okay? So go in it with ease. I'm telling you, you are going to receive that promise. Whew. That was for me, and that was for someone. I just feel it. Oh man, the spirit of ease. And just like I spoke before with unexpectancy, it's okay to allow that room of unexpectancy. Allow space for God to fill your life, to feel different parts of you that you're still in your prayer time working on. It's okay to say, God, I just need you to give me the strength to get through. I need you to fill the spaces and the areas where I am weak, and fill those spaces where I'm still having trouble. Fill those spaces where I'm still struggling and I'm still trying to work some things out with my past. I'm still trying to work some things out with my trauma. I'm still trying to become a better person in that area. Okay. And allow God to show you where he needs to take up space too. Because you may not be aware of where you need to grow, where you need to go in life. You may not be aware of those things, but God can provide insight to that. So allow room for unexpectancy. Allow God to take up space. Because you could plan something, and then the unexpected spirit of God will come up in that event, will come up in that recording, will come up in your live stream, will come up in your prayer closet, will come up in your marriage, will come up in your parenting. And you'll be like, wow, I didn't even think of that. But something in your spirit will know that, okay, God took up space right there. God took up space, and I'm so happy that he did. So that is all I have. I am so excited to be back. As y'all can see, my fire is just like, oh God, I had it pent up. But I am so ready. Like, I am so ready for women to just be free from just the lies we tell ourselves when we go through things, and just the lie of feeling like we're not worthy to be called by God, that we can't fill up the rooms, that we can't fill up who we're supposed to be, or walk boldly into who we're supposed to be, because we have been through some things, or we feel unqualified because of our past. Like, I really want women to walk boldly in their faith and resilience in life. Like, really, becoming a new person in Christ, like really, really walking into that new identity, because you're letting go of those things that don't serve you no more. Like, that was one thing I told myself too. And I know I said that I was done, but this just really came up on my spirit, that I had been saying my whole 2021 to 2022, because I'm really doing a lot of internal work, is I cannot live there anymore. I can't live where my trauma resides. I can't. because there's a place where God is calling me. So my eyes are focused this year. I have tunnel vision on God because listen, I cannot pack up my stuff back up again and live where I've been for 20 something years. I can't live there anymore because God is calling me to something different. And if I keep living there, it's not going to serve me. I'm not getting any nutrition from there. I'm not getting any life from there. I'm not getting any words of encouragement. I'm not getting love. I'm not being reminded of who God sees me as and who God says I am. I'm not being reminded of their living in the trauma, which was filled with sabotage, which is filled with bad memories, which is filled with hurt and pain. It's not serving me no more. So I'm not living there anymore. So I packed my stuff up and I'm walking into who God is calling me to be. It was a hard thing to do because I had to leave some people and some places behind. I had to leave some things that were so dear close to my heart because I got to go where God is calling me. I have to leave it. Some stuff I couldn't even pack up because I had to leave it there. I couldn't even pack up some of my stuff because some of those things would hold me down. It's dead weight. So that's another thing. Do not be afraid in this season of ease to figure out what are those things that I need to let go so that as I'm easing into this person that God is calling me to be, that I don't take it with me, that's not the thing that's holding me back and holding me down. Okay? A spirit of ease. Oh God. Oh God. Help us to walk in ease in 2022, to walk so boldly in just your love, God, for us, and walk boldly in faith and resilience, to know that you, God, have our back and that we can walk boldly knowing that you are going to provide everything that we need in this season, that you are going to be there for us when we can't even be there for ourselves. Whew. This reminds me of footprints in the sand, that you will carry us, even when we don't have the strength to walk and carry ourselves. Oh God. You are a good God. You're an amazing God. And in this spirit, in this season of ease, may we walk in humility. Okay. May we walk in knowing that all things work together for our good. Okay. May we rely on you even when it gets tough, even when it gets hard, even when we feel like giving up. May we just go seek you for the next step, for the next answer, for what you are presently saying to us. Oh God, in the spirit of ease. Whew. Ease. Mm-mm-mm. Ease into this year. All right, ladies, I love you. Mm-mm-mm-mm. I love you. I really do. And I pray that this episode has blessed you, and I cannot wait to speak with you next week. Love you. Bye, Queen.